So today we're looking at a 2-inch ATM. I've already got a couple of the pieces off, but 2-inch ATM is a 2-inch in, 1.5 out. It's a little different than some in the fact that the old SureTechs, in fact that the most difficult part of it is this piece right here. It has 4 nuts that hold the face on, but the only way to get those nuts all the way off is to loosen them up first. Like so. And then break this housing apart. These bolts are just long enough that they won't let that come out of there. Now that is one of the downfalls of this pump. You can lose the nuts inside the housing, but I'll show you how to get those out of here in a little bit. There's also a good reason why we're starting to use quick couplers on everything to hold these pumps together. Okay, this pump has a 5/8 inch curled nut on top of there, which comes out just like so. This impeller is threaded onto that shaft, so you'll have to take the fan off. A 1/2 inch wrench slots onto the back side of the fan, and that turns off like so. It's fairly simple. Of course, everything here is nice and clean, which makes part of it. This housing pulls out, and that's where those 2 nuts ended up. When the housing pulls off, it also gives you a look at where we have for the seal, 2 parts of the seal that it gets sent with. Here's what it looks like. Putting it back together, it looks just like so. I like to take some heavy axle grease and put it inside of this seal. What ends up happening is it pushes the grease into that plastic a little bit better. They just seem to hold up a little bit better, just like so. Turn the impeller back on. If there is a tricky part to this whole business, it's getting this guy onto there. But just like that. And then everything in reverse order. This goes on like so. But you'll also see with those 4 bolts why it makes sense for us to have this setting on a bench rather than standing on our head in a pool of liquid to get them replaced. QLF has some good variations on this pump. It's a pretty easy to work on pump. It has some very nice attributes, and it will pump like a son of a gun. So once you get them all started, it's forced together, and that's how it happens.